Hello, welcome to the Marc Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to go over what coding programming language should you start, as of today's time. There are literally dozens upon dozens to choose from, but I'm going to give you the top in this video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. So when it comes to choosing, right, there are some factors that you have to keep in mind. Number one, type of application, right? The type of application from web and mobile apps to enterprise software heavily influence the languages available to choose from. General programming language, such as we have Java, Python, and JavaScript, act as the chameleons of the development world and allow for building different types of apps across various platforms. Others, however, incredibly specific to their project types. We know the heavy hitters, right? But it gets even more specific, right? The next one is to consider is scalability and performance. So although scalability is more determined by the technology stack, the performance of an application depends greatly on the programming languages it runs on, right? And then you also want to get into previous dev experience, previous developers experience. And developers encounter many different types of projects and typically work with a variety of languages throughout their careers. Dev teams, right, to keep it short, dev teams should voice their own experiences with the list of language contenders when making a selection for a new project. Next, we have security, right? Every application differs in terms of security requirements. While some applications may require compliance with strict laws or codes, like HIPAA compliance, for example, others follow more generalized security rules. And lastly, we have development speed. Before I get into the coding languages, right? Development speed, the time required for code production, is something that many people skip over as a determining factor in choosing a language. However, it's crucial if the project requires an expedited timeline or a quick time to market. So that's a little overview of what to think for. And before I get into these coding languages, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let's get into these coding languages. All right, even though it's somewhat commercial, I gotta say it, JavaScript, right? With the increasing demand for dynamic web applications, it's nearly impossible to become a professional software developer or engineer, whatever you want to call it, without learning JavaScript. According to Stack Overflow's 2023 developer survey, JavaScript is the most popular language among developers for the 11th year in a row. Nearly 64% of survey respondents reported that they had used JavaScript in the past year. Along with HTML and CSS, JavaScript is essential to front-end web development. A majority of the web's most popular sites like Facebook and Twitter to Gmail and YouTube rely on JavaScript to create interactive web pages and dynamically display content users. So again, yes, I know it's commercial, blah blah blah, but hey, a lot of people are using it. So let's get into the next one. I'm about to hit you with another popular one, Python. Yeah, whatever the case. So Python is perhaps the most user-friendly programming language of any of this list, right? That I'm gonna throw your way, right? It's often said that Python's syntax is clear, intuitive, and almost English-like, which makes it a popular choice for beginners. Python has a variety of applications that make it a versatile, powerful option when choosing the best programming language for your use case. If you're interested in like back-end web development, for example, then the open source Django framework written in Python is popular, easy to learn, and feature-rich. Django has been used in the development of many popular sites like Mozilla, Instagram, and Spotify. Python also has packages such as NumPy or NumPy, whatever you want to call it. Peter, you could put that on the screen. NumPy, NumPy, whatever you want to call it, and SciPy, SciP, whatever you want to call it. Peter, please put those two names on the screen so they can argue with how they want to say it. So, they are commonly used in the fields of scientific computing, mathematics, and engineering. Other Python libraries such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn and OpenCV are used to build programs in data science, machine learning, image processing, and computer vision. Next, we have SQL, and along with Python, SQL programming is essential to efficiently using data in web applications, unlike other coding languages on this list, right, that I'm giving to you. So though SQL specifically enables the storage, extraction, and manipulation of data within an existing database, right? As the primary database programming language, SQL has its own markup that must be learned to query a database effectively. Programmers interested in working with apps that utilize intensive use databases like social media platforms, payment processors, and music libraries should consider learning SQL. For prospective data professionals, SQL familiarity is usually a must-have skill for roles like database administrator, data analyst, and QA engineer. Next, we have TypeScript. Over the last several years, TypeScript has grown in popularity with close to 40% of developers using the programming language, right? According to Stack Overflow's 2023 developers survey, according to the TypeScript website, several well-known companies are utilizing the programming language, including Google, Airbnb, and Slack. So once you learn JavaScript, TypeScript is simple to learn. The open source programming language builds on JavaScript and works in any environment that runs JavaScript. One of the biggest benefits of TypeScript is its ability to help speed up development by finding errors before the JavaScript code is even run. Next, we have Rust. Right? Rust is a bit of an upstart among the other languages on this list that I'm giving to you, but that doesn't mean it's not a valuable language to learn. Stack Overflow's 2023 developers survey found that Rust was the most loved programming language among developers for the 8th year in a row. Please let me know in the comment section why you think that is the case, with 80% of the Rust developers saying that they want to continue working with it. Rust was developed by Mozilla Corporation, right? Rust, like C and C++, is intended primarily for low-level systems programming. Rust adds to the mix, however, is the emphasis on speed and security. Rust emphasizes writing safe code by preventing programs from accessing parts of memory that they shouldn't, right? Which cause unexpected behavior and system crashes. So the advantage of Rust means that other big tech companies like Dropbox and Coursera are using it internally for operational purposes. While it may be, a bit more difficult to master than other beginning languages, Rust programming skills are likely to pay off handsomely as the language's popularity will only continue to rise in the near future. Next, we have Go. One of the core language favored by Google. Go is is the little language that could. As a low-level language, Go is ideal for engineers who want to enter the field of systems programming. It encompasses much of the same functionality of C and C++ without the difficult syntax and steep learning curve. It's the perfect language for building web servers, data pipelines, and even machine learning packages. As a compiled language, Go runs close to the metal, allowing for blazing fast runtime. That's what I have for you today. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. See you in the next video.